Hi, thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about distress inks and die cuts. I'm going to start with peeled paint and faded jeans on this Tim Holtz distress ink. And this is just the craft mat that I'm using. I'm just dabbing some ink onto the mat. Then I'm going to take my mini mister and just spritz a little bit of water over the top of that ink. I've already cut some die cuts out, just some butterflies out of some pattern paper. And I'm going to lay them right down into that wet ink. And what it does is it makes it look like I've watercolored them. And I can just keep layering the ink until I get the right pattern. You know, a little blue here, a little green there. The nice thing about this mat is when I'm done, I can just take a Kleenex or a baby wipe and just wipe it right off. And you can see the blues on the outside, so if I want a little more blue, I can just keep dipping the edges out there where that is. If I want them to dry a little faster, I can take the heat gun and just spray it with some hot air with the embossing heat gun. So there you go. Now, I'm going to take Versamark. You can also use any embossing ink. I'm just going to stamp some swirls over the wings after they've dried. And then I'm going to take the pearls. You've probably seen the Ranger Perfect Pearls or the FX Pearl Powder. Usually comes with a brush, but you can use any kind of watercolor paintbrush. And I'm just going to dab some Perfect Pearls over that embossing ink or that Versamark ink, so that it'll stick to just where the swirls are. It makes them stand out just a little bit more. These remind me of like the pre-made Prima flowers, you know, that we pay $2 or $3 a package for. And I just made them with scraps and materials I had on hand. But you can see, as it dries, you can see the pearls accenting the scrolls and flourishes that we stamped on there. I'm going to do the same thing to the second one. You could also do like embossing powder if you want it, you know, and then heat it to melt it if you wanted it to be a raised up look. So there's the second one. Now I still feel like it needs a little more pop around the edges, so I'm going to take some more of my distress ink and I'm just going to use a makeup sponge and I'm going to go around the edge, just the outer edge lightly. I'm going to do both of them. I'll do this one with the peeled paint and I'll do the other one with the faded jeans blue ink. Another way that you can ink the edges is with the sponge applicator. You can just lay it flat and you can dab around the edges. I'm sure you've seen those and we've used them in the store. So here it is on a layout. I've got the butterflies we made, plus a few others, and some Prima flowers and brads.